Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to continue to take a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are now on episode 83 of the series. Sorry I haven't been uploading. Sorry I haven't recorded this in a while. I had an infection, so that's the reason why I didn't record this. But here we are. In the last episode we saw some more countries expanding on Mars and some more stuff happening on the Earth, which we'll get to in a second. Which our first event is, of course, going to be Mars. Of this, so continuing with South Asia, they're going to continue to expand their research station area all the way up to this point right here. So the research will be really well done, as they are almost meeting up with Mesopotamia, I think. I forget what the line color was, but I'm pretty sure this is Mesopotamia. But yeah, all of this area is going to be under control of their territory. They'll also expand this little research station over this way. And as for Korea, they'll expand down south, as well as going a bit more northern, as they will expand up to this point over here, as well as expanding this little research station a bit further, almost meeting up with the Floridians, but they don't. As for Mesopotamia, I think they are going to expand, and they'll meet up with South Asia, expanding this area quite a bit more. They'll also expand this way. And then Korea will, the Floridians will expand, meeting up with Korea, who really doesn't seem to like them because they are fascist. Who else wouldn't like them? But they'll just keep on expanding this research station. And that's going to be it for that. Now, time for Earth. Recently, there has been recent developments happening within. Well, the first event on Earth is gonna be to do with this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mesopotamia was on the moon from Mars. But we're gonna see the Caucasia, these like anarchist states start to fight each other once again. So we see them this one kind of actually managing to push back against this, also pushing up and cutting these guys off from this area, reaching up and wiping out this area, while also going down into this area. While these guys will just keep going down this way until this area is almost wiped out. At this point, in this anarchy, civil war stuff, countries will start to take over territories. Will start to invade with peacekeeping forces while trying to prevent any more deaths. Oh, also by now these would have been like filled in, as well as this. And yeah, multiple countries are sending in these peacekeeping forces. So these are our new borders. And now we're gonna go over to South Asia yet again. Because we need to see what is happening over here. Well, they'll make this bigger over here, while also managing to connect up right over here because, well, if you cannot already tell, that's right there. They'll just fill in a bit more of this here. Not like that. That. Not like that. As well as over throughout this area over here. Yeah, the world is looking a lot different. Yeah. A lot more land is being... Now, one quick note to know here is that, there will still be some oceans left. They're just trying to connect up the land mass. That's what we see here. Throughout the series, the world has been devastated. And now, let me give you some more lore here. Because the upcoming war is going to have a lot more lore. Okay, that was a mouthful of words. But, remember what I told you about how civilization got wiped out because of World War III? Well, some humans from multiple countries managed to escape. Managed to flee before that happened. And those were the scientists who developed this, as well as these right here. But yeah. But there are different technologies that will be discovered in this episode.
What's up, bro? How you doing today?
Anyway. So we'll see what technologies were developed. Besides the one that raises land and whatever that was again. right after we figure out with this. But yeah, a lot more here is gonna happen. So yeah, I believe like a lot could happen. But with the humans that fled, they are now on a quest to rehabit the Earth. But they already know that there's some humans, new humans. So there are some of the people there, the first humans, are wanting to make peace, while some might want to wipe them, get rid of them, or just enslave them. Just like how they did in the early colonial days with African Americans. And you know the history already. But yeah, for now, and they're fleeing something that is a cosmic level threat that is wiping out civilizations across the multiverse. And Earth is their next target. And these civilizations are not capable of fighting it. They don't have the technology yet. They don't have all the technology they need. So the first ever humans on our that escaped, the humans that escaped are coming down to some will spread their their technology with this world, with the Wixo world, hoping to stand a chance against this cosmic global threat. Taking a break from the expansion here, we're going to be looking at a war. Yes, a war. Because these three countries right here want to take over this country right here. And you can already tell that this was part of the regime of India. So we're going to see multiple forces over here. And these are communist nations. Keep in mind. So we'll see more happen over here. So we're just going to see a lot of forces enter into this territory. These guys are spearheading towards the capital. Well, these guys just want some more territory because look how small they are right now. So now they're just going to go on rampage, conquest, so they can actually manage to have more land. As they will reach up right here, and now they'll make a naval landing over here. And these guys right here will manage to start their invasion. Now they're all cooperating with this invasion. Even though these guys don't like the communists, they are cooperating with them. These guys are the closest to the capital city, so they are going to manage to take it out. But there is still guerrilla fighters in here, so they're just going to keep going. Until all the guerrilla fighters are dealt with. Don't mind that. So yeah, these guys are just gonna keep going throughout this territory. And then they will manage to take over these two islands right here. Quickly, these guys are just gonna kind of do a bit of walley-oop. Walley-oop. Yeah, they just quickly just take these islands because they're closer. And these guys are like, what the fuck? Anyway. They are just gonna keep going along here. Until we see... And now we can look at a peace treaty between these nations. Yeah. So, to start off, this area will be divided up accordingly. So, this greenish Antarctic country will be taking these lands right here, which includes all of this. All those provinces right there. While this pink magenta Antarctic country will be taking all of this, which includes these three provinces over here. And for this Antarctic country here, they'll be taking a lot of territory here, which includes the capital and all of this, which will include all these provinces. And don't forget the capital province. And unsurprisingly, the communist nations agree to give up this territory over to South America Unitaria. So, this is what it's going to look like. Oh, that looks weird. Which all these provinces will be there. Will be South America Unitaria. And as for these two islands over here, they were given to this Antarctic country in the peace deal. So we can finally see this get better. I'm pretty sure these are the South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And yet, I'm pretty sure the British are the ones responsible for the island name, because it sounds pretty British. I have British blood, so if I ever visit the British Isles, please don't execute me. I just like to make fun of the British, because I might be part British. Because I am a little bit British. I like to make fun of the language because it's funny. Because of, they call, chips, biscuits, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. I think that those are cookies. They call biscuits. But, yeah. Don't mind all the background noise. That's just that's just because I'm in class right now. Now, the communists don't like the fascists, neither do the Unitarians, or South Asia, actually, or Korea. Most of the world does not like fascism. There are some exceptions, though. But we'll keep on. We'll continue another war after we finish up with the expansion bits real quickly. So, staying in this little area, we're going over to China Unitaria, where their territory will reach up to here, as well as here, and they will expand this territory quite a bit right here. As for Korea, they will only expand this little area up a bit, while focusing more up north, because, well, it's the northern areas. So, yeah. So that's how they will expand. As for this guy right here, they're just going to quickly take the rest of this area. Canada, North America Unitaria over here will expand this area. We'll be going right over. We'll be quickly expanding this territory up a bit more. Right there. As well as expanding this up a bit more over here. And speaking of, they'll be splitting this area up with Europe Unitaria, as well as expanding this area up a bit more over here. This over here. All of this over here will be given to North America Unitaria, as well as a bit of this land over here. And now, time for for Europe, just Europe. Because they will be expanding this area up to here, as well as over here. As well as right to here. And of course, you already know. And, staying in this area, we're gonna go over to Africa. Specifically Morocco, where they will be taking over all of this territory right here. As well as over here. And then, Burkina Faso over here will be taking over this area, and Sudan is gonna be landlocked again, as Ghana will take the rest of this area right here. And as for South Africa Unitaria, we see them expanding up to this point right here, taking this part of the island and expanding it up a bit more over here, as well as expanding this area up a bit more. Okay. And staying back, let's go back to North America, where the Quebec Newfoundland Union will be expanding their territory over to here, meeting up with this area over here. As for Ohio, they are gonna take just a little bit of territory. As for Florida, they will be taking some, not much. They'll only take about this much. As for Yucatan, they'll be just taking this much here, and Mexico will be taking over all of this right here. And just keep in mind, I do this all the time. As for Venezuela over here, they will expand up to this point right over here. Kind of trying to block Florida, but that won't work. As for South America Unitaria, of course got some land over here, but they won't expand that land. However, they will expand this land over here, as well as this, and a bit of this. And also kind of connecting this area up, and more importantly, this area. And they're just going to expand up to this point over here. As you know, I am going to pause this. Okay, there it is. Now, let's get, these are a little outdated, so we have to double them again. So India will go, South Asia will go from 20 to 40, obviously. It's pretty obvious. Korea will go to 48, if that's not too obvious for you. Because 24 times 2 is 48. If you know some math. I'm good at drawing my 8s now. Now, if this 28 times 2 is 56 because 8 plus 8 is 16, and if you times it by times 16 by 2, it equals 30. Okay, never mind. It's 56. Don't put that in the comments. And now this one, 26 is like, so it's 42, but it's 52, if you get what I mean. Here, look, 6 plus 6, that's is 12. And since 2 times 2 is 4, and if it's 20 times 2, it would be 40. And considering you have to get 40 plus 12, you would get 52. And that's what 26 times 2 is. Sorry, I had to do some math for you all. So, that's what we get. We get 52. And that's all the countries there. And now, time for the new technology that's being developed. That was found. So where was this found? It was actually found in Korea. Where this one, it's just advanced spacecraft. and they'll distribute it to the colonizer, to the ones that they deem necessary, that are friendly with them, which is Mesopotamia, South Asia, and, well, these guys. But they don't really colonize, but they will give it to them. They won't give it to Florida, because they're fascist, though. So yeah, that was the new technology. That's the third newest technology they have found. There is still some more locations to be discovered. And now, time for the wars. Now, it's time for that war I was talking about earlier. A new war is going to break out. But first, we gotta have some unification. Where this country right here has been getting in talks with South Asia, which is Arabia. Arabia has been talking with South Asia to join, and they have been wanting to join for a while. Ever since they got cut off, they've been needing to join because they are very unstable now. So if they join South Asia, which is very strong, it is the strongest country in the world, and by far the most stable. So that's what Arabia is deciding. And Arabia recently annexed a bit. No, they didn't. They didn't annex the land. What am I talking about? But yeah. They've been wanting to join for a while now. And they were fearing a collapse, just like how... and falling into anarchy, just like Caucasia did. So that's why they've been wanting to join this prosperous union of countries in South Asia. Which is now more in the Middle East, which is not really anything now. Because it's now just one whole continent. So, yeah. But, yeah, there's that. And now, it's time to show what is gonna happen. Where is this war gonna take place? Well, it's actually gonna be between some allies here, economical allies though, which it has been disbanded. It's been in effect for a while, and it's been disbanded. It's been disbanded for after the events, and because of political tensions between them. Like, they have lots and lots of tensions, so they are really, like, not very well. Their governments were cooperating in this economical alliance, but with tensions between the three governments, it has been disbanded. And there is a reason why their governments are having lots of tension. It's because of Tanzania wanting to reclaim these two countries for themselves. And these countries don't want to be a part of them again. So they are deciding, and there were talks that Tanzania was going to invade these two countries at some point, which they do not know when it was. So they decided to strike first before Tanzania could. But little do they know that Tanzania is very close with South Asia and all the Unitarian countries. So once they actually send some forces into the country, they are quickly pushed back out of the country side, and with some help from South Asia and their Unitarian friends, South Asia, Tanzania is able to advance quickly into Somalia here. And I'm calling this one Ethiopia. Actually, no, South Sudan is the name. But they will quickly advance into Somalia, already taking their capital city in the process. And now they're right on the border. Their forces are on the border now. Which now, they will send some more forces straight into this territory, heading straight towards the capital city, in which they'll take it with relative ease. And they begin to rapidly advance throughout here. They will advance throughout the country, taking territory and after territory. And honestly, it's about time they might surrender, but South Asia is going to send in some of their forces as well to help out Tanzanian forces in the process in here. As well as the Sudanese who really want some more territory. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. So, Sudan will send their forces straight into the South Sudanese territory as they begin to advance quickly throughout the border between them and South Sudan. Except for this part, because that's already taken, but they are gonna advance throughout this area to meet up with South Asia to help out with this invasion. These two attack first, so they're being invaded by all the countries that surround them, basically. And Sudan is just invading Sudan pretty badly, as a lot of forces are being diverted into major cities which aren't shown, but they are there. As well, South African Unitarian is going to invade them, and the Unitarians know that this is a defensive battle. Again, they are defending their very close ally of Tanzania. And all the Unitarian countries are sending their support for Tanzania, as Africa Unitaria will be invading over to here. Throughout the entire area of Somalia. They're just going to invade right into Somalia. They might also send some forces into South Sudan, trying to help out the Sudanese up in the north. So that's all that's going on. And some rebellions that want to fix relations with Tanzania will spark out. And these I'll represent with a bright green. So lots of major populated centers in these two countries will be rebelling away. Even some areas of this border. But yeah. So with this, major battles will take place where these rebellious forces will work together with the Unitarians, with and the Tanzanian forces, as well as some of the South Asians, because they're right there, and they can actually reach up to them over here, which they'll quickly connect up their territory right here, as they are just invading throughout the countryside here. And they actually will meet up with Sudanese forces who will help them advance, who will also be sending their forces straight into the group to hopefully confuse the South Sudanese. As a bunch of these forces are starting to advance throughout the country, now meeting up with Tanzanian forces and South Asian forces who are just there helping out against this. So these rebellious forces will be victorious in these areas over here. As the time goes on, all of this area will be all of Somalia will surrender over to Tanzania and the rebellious forces. And soon after I color all of this in, soon will, and following suit, the South Sudanese will surrender over to both the Tanzanians. The South will surrender over, the southern areas will surrender over to Tanzania, while the northern areas will surrender over to Sudan. So basically, they shouldn't have invaded into Tanzania. If they had known that they had these allies, that they were close with the Unitarians and South Asia, they wouldn't have done this. They wouldn't have invaded. So as you know, the South will be surrendering over to the Tanzanians here, which I'll show like so. Sorry if this is hurting your eyes. It might be hurting your eyes because of the coloring. And maybe it's because you're colorblind. Maybe if you're colorblind watching my videos, you don't know what I'm talking about. But I will call them by their actual names, so you don't get confused with the colors. Even though Tanzania is this dark green, some people will, if people are colorblind in my audience, it'll be red, a darker red to you, because of your condition, which I don't think is bad. It's not a bad condition, it's just you see colors a lot differently, and if it's bright colors, probably hurt your eyes a lot more than people who don't have color blindness, because they are used to the bright colors. So basically, if you're colorblind, let me know in the comments below this video, and I'll say it will be okay.
I can't go in there. I'm on the phone too. I gotta shit.
Don't mind that. Anyway. So, these northern areas will be surrendering over. As I said before, the northern areas of South Sudan will be surrendering over to Sudan. So, basically, the war will be over before it even started. And now, these two governments, the governments will be, like, just switched around. But, yeah. And now, time to, show what the Sudanese got out of this war. As they will annex, a bit of this land over here, which will include these provinces on the border. Right there. As for Europe, South Africa Unitariat, they will be annexing some of these two provinces right here, as well as some of these ones right here. They'll also annex a bit of territory up here, which will include some these provinces right here. And now, for the main subject of this scenario, of this war, and it will be the Tanzanians who will be annexing a lot of land. As punishment for being as punishment for the old government over here. And yeah, here are the border provinces. And that's all for this episode. Honestly, that kind of looks like Paraguay almost. Why does this look like Paraguay's borders? So yeah, these two are now more close with Tanzania now, who has reclaimed lots of lost lands. As a result of winning the war that was against them. They were planning this, but they did get invaded first, so. So they called in on their allies. They aren't allied with the Unitarians, but they are close. And that's why the Unitarians came for their aid. As for the new capitals, they will, of course, be somewhere else in major cities that weren't invaded. And now we can reinstate this economical alliance. And that was a part of the peace deal. And now, the Economical Alliance is here to stay. Actually, they won't join this they won't be in their own economical alliance. They will join in on the Unitarian Economical Alliance. I'm gonna go back to this one. Because, they don't want to. So they'll join the Economical Alliance, as well as the Military Alliance. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. Now, it's official that Tanzania is now officially aligned with them, and they're still friendly with South Asia, who is not really in this alliance, but they do cooperate with them. But they always cooperate with the Unitarians in war times. So, that's gonna be it for that. And now, let's go over to... Let's look at Tasmania, where they're just gonna sit there and just... Their leader is gonna go on the TV, on television, and announce that soon will World War VII break out. Here's what he has to say. Greetings, citizens of Tasmania. I am here before you today. I have come to your attention that a war may soon break out between us and the communist nations. There's a communist nation right on our doorstep, as well as South Asia, who really does not like that we're fascist. War may be upon us soon. Be ready. And that's what he had to say. And that'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in episode 84.